Spoilers ahead, fucknuts.
Here come the bros, you know they're always blazing, talking movies, TV, and all the things amazing, from superheroes to sci-fi and comedy galore. Read me with all the content, they never get bored. It's the two bros in a pod show, they're taking us to town. Oh, covering all the flicks that make us jump and go out. Superhero movies, action and some comedy. Their podcast is the place to be. They're two big buddies, never missing a beat. Where witty banter, they make us all complete. From old classics to the newest releases, their honest reviews give us all the pieces.
Hello, Pose. It is I, Leon, and returning guest Haylo.
Hello.
What did we see this week?
I'm in a cocoon
For
right
spoiled
now.
it.
I thought the viewers should know that I'm straight up cocooned like a caterpillar right now.
Yeah,
I had to get extra cozy for
you
this
are
review.
extra cozy right now. Were you this
Wasn't it?
cozy in the movie yesterday?
Well, I didn't take my jacket off, so sure. I guess you could call it cozy. I left my very large puffer jacket on, but we saw Wicked.
Yes.
We
We're
saw
early screening.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause we're special.
Yep. We didn't even pay.
Had to let them know that.
Why not?
Don't be us. Don't be like us.
No, be like us. Don't pay Amazon $17. If you have Regal Unlimited, buy a ticket to another movie around the same time and just go in the Wicked. No one will notice. You're good. But yeah, that's what we
Regal,
did.
if you're listening.
We don't do that. We're just kidding. We're kidding. We
To
don't
our
do
local
that.
theater.
Don't do that. But yeah, we saw Wicked. Was it wicked good or wicked shit?
I must confess I've never actually seen the Broadway
Yeah.
Wicked. So I feel like I went into it a little bit, I don't want to say blind. I don't know. I went into it with more of a clean slate, so I liked it.
Yeah.
But maybe if I was like a hardcore Wicked fan, maybe I wouldn't as much because like
I feel like if I was like, because I'm the same, but I feel like if I was like a hardcore Wicked fan, like I feel like there is a lot here for them.
yeah.
And it seems like it's kind of like a Peter Jackson sort of thing too, or Harry Potter, where they're like, let's drag this out and make it 2 parts. So, to me, I think the fans would like that.
Yeah.
You know, because you just get more.
Right.
It's just like us with like we're more, or at least me, like I'm more the like, you know, like someone like the Into the Spider-Verse or something. I'm really excited for part 3, but they're doing the same thing where they're making, you know, the last one ended and it was the same thing where it was like to be continued, and you were kind of like, damn, I feel like we kind of got half of a story.
Yeah.
And
I feel like this one, though, you got a good
feel
chunk.
like that with this a little bit.
But
like
this
it did
one
have
you-
an ending, but
You got a good chunk of like the story. Like you didn't feel
no,
like
you did, and it did have an ending, just like the second Spider-Verse movie did too. But it kind of like ends like abruptly. But I think both do it in a way where like it still has an ending, and it's like it is abrupt, but it is because it is part 1.
yeah.
It's half of a story,
Yeah.
but it is also function as like a pretty good ending too. I guess
Yeah.
it's just like it seems like it's literally you're at that halfway point, like pretty much when shit's starting to get good, and then they cut you off. So you just have that feeling where you're like, well, fuck, and then like now who knows how long we'll have to wait. I think with Wicked it's only gonna be like a year, but then with some of these things like the third Spider-Verse movie, it's taking forever.
Years.
And they're delaying it like just indefinitely now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that can really suck. I mean, like always quality over quantity, but yeah, what did you think of this one? Did you think that the the songs were good? Do you think it was a good musical?
I liked it. I'm not like a huge, as I say, I've never seen The Wicked,
Mm-hmm.
but like I guess like I've mentioned before, I would see a musical on Broadway because I feel like that's a different experience. But like I'm not a huge fan of musical movies. I'm
Yeah.
very picky about those, but I thought this one was good. I liked.
Well, it seems like it's a trend recently too, where they're doing like a lot of like musicals to movies,
Yeah.
or even movies that then became musicals, and now they're making those musicals into movies. Like that's kind of the trend recently, and that's even this movie because Wizard of Oz, they made Wicked, and now Wicked they're making into a movie too. You know, so I think this was one of the better ones, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I think the performances were pretty good here.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actors did a pretty good job. Cause like I think script wise, like I think like I don't know if there was pacing issues. I thought the pacing was actually pretty good for like 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was
Until like
good.
towards the end, like I was kind of yawning a bit, but like it was probably just because like it was late and it was so like 2 hours and 40 minutes. But
Yeah.
But I think it did have pretty good pacing. We were also sitting like wicked close to the screen too.
Yeah. I leaned over.
It was a pretty packed theater though. That's why.
I leaned over to Leon during the movie or the beginning of the movie, and I was like, "Is the quality just as shitty, or are we just
that's
because
just
we're
our
sitting
theater.
so close?" Yeah.
That's just our theater. I don't think they have 4K or any of that stuff yet. Cause I go to that IMAX one that's near like the closest IMAX to us. We don't go to as often, but looks 10 times better. It's just it looks like it's like 480p or something at Regal. It's like not even HD
like,
almost. Or it's like
I was like,
I think
at
it's like
first,
I think
I
it's like bare HD. It's like 720p HD. It's like what the fuck?
I kept blinking my eyes. I was like, "Are my contacts fucking with me? Like,
yeah.
am I just like everything's
So 720p
blurry?"
is not too bad, but then if you sit that close to the screen, you're like, this looks like fucking 2040p or something. Like this is terrible. So yeah,
I
that
don't know my those numbers,
yeah.
but
Oh, it's like the YouTube like the resolution.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. It's just
I see.
yeah. Sorry, but that can be. It just looks really bad at points with our theater, unfortunately. But yeah, I think this movie was pretty good. I like the performances. I think they did a pretty good job. Wasn't a big fan of like the songs really. Like there wasn't really one that super stood out to me.
I like the popular one.
I don't know.
I like the one where she's like the wizard and I like that one.
Yeah, no, there wasn't like ones that they weren't bad, but then there wasn't one that stood out to me either.
I like the Defying Gravity one, although that one like.
But like the thing I'll say about that is like I think the songs weren't that great, or like there wasn't one that was super memorable to me, but the performers do a great job, like especially Cynthia Erivo, is that how you say her name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she sounded great.
Yeah, she has a beautiful voice.
Yeah, so like even though the songs were kind of like in my opinion just because like I don't know, maybe it's just me because I'm not as in the like I did musicals in high school, but like a lot of them I didn't even like, or I didn't like the songs for them. Like the only one I pretty much liked, or I liked all the songs, like Little Shop of Horrors. So I think I'm just very picky when it comes to like musicals, and I just was like, yeah, there's not really one that like stands out to me here. But like I said, they weren't bad either. So I just think that's just my taste, but there are gonna be other people who really really like the songs because the performers are so good, and because the other thing that makes the songs work is like this really is a musical where like they had production behind like the numbers. And you can tell
they all
so they all sounded
dancing.
great. Like the choreography like was pretty crazy, like a lot of different people, and like yeah, like hundreds of people doing choreography and scenes, it seemed like at points,
like dancing.
Yup. And the costume design.
Yeah, that was
so like
great
all
too.
of that, like Like, this blew, like, something like fucking Joker 2 out of the water.
Oh.
Like, and it probably had a similar
Is
budget,
that even
right?
similar what?
Budget? Because
Probably.
didn't Joker have, like, a 200 or 250 or something?
Yeah.
Million or something, they were saying?
Yeah.
This has got to be around the same, I think. Maybe even less.
Hmm.
And it's like, that is crazy that they did that much with, like, this. And then that, like, with those, like, I think that was one of the things that didn't work about that movie being a musical is, like, some of the production for the numbers and stuff, it wasn't bad, but it didn't really stand out.
Hmm.
And I think with Wicked, like, that is a case.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, it's kind of firing on all cylinders besides, like, the songs being super catchy or super memorable for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's just me. And I wasn't sitting there mad or disappointed, you know, like they had me entertained at least.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's my opinion on the songs and stuff. But what were some of the standouts to you, like with the songs? You said you liked Popular. Wasn't that like the only one you really knew?
Yeah, that is the only one I know. I was also telling Leon that it's very funny because Ariana Grande did a song like years and years ago, and it was like a spin-off of that Popular song.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously this was years before she started playing Glinda. And
It's kind of like Childish Gambino. Isn't it like in 3005 or something? He says something about like Mufasa or something.
yeah, I don't know if that's.
But then
is
he's
that
in Lion King, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's almost like they're
Yeah,
willing
but
it into existence.
that one's a little bit different. This is a legit song from Wicked.
Yeah. No, but like the references though,
True.
where it's like it's almost like they willed it into existence, like for them to in the future be in that franchise.
Yeah.
Like Ariana Grande willed being into Wicked. Same thing with Childish Gambino being in Lion King.
Mm.
But yeah, sometimes I think it's just coincidence with both. But
Complete 360 for Ariana Grande.
who knows? Maybe some Disney execs were like, "Fuck it, put Ariana Grande in Wicked or something," or Amazon or whoever the hell put this out. I think it's like Amazon MGM or something, which would explain the Prime early access screening or whatever.
Oh.
Which is kind of crazy because I think last week they literally came out with like another 200 million, 50 million fucking flop though, the red one.
Yeah.
With Dwayne and J.K. Simmons.
That's also MGM?
Yeah, I think it's Amazon MGM, yeah. 'Cause Amazon owns MGM.
Amazon, what are you doing?
I don't know. Being shit. Releasing shit movies besides this.
But yeah, that was musical. I like the Popular one. I like Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
Well, that was towards the end, too.
Yeah.
So that was a big one.
I wasn't a fan of, like, the hype up about Oz.
Yeah, Jeff
If
Goldblum.
you guys don't know that Jeff Goldblum plays Oz, but they hype it up for him to have, like, probably in total, like 5 or 6 minutes of screen time, and you're just like.
And if anyone's hyped for Jeff Goldblum as Oz, like, it's. I mean, and this is probably why you're hyped. So if you are, you're getting what you're getting. But it's just Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum too.
Just being a tool. Sorry, Jeff.
Like he's just being baked.
Fun fact: he married someone my dad went to high school with.
Really?
Yeah.
Small world.
Gina Davis.
Oh yeah.
That's
who he's married to?
Or was. They're not married anymore.
Jeff.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Both of my parents know Gina Davis. They like remember her. It's kind of crazy.
From Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm. And Stuart Little.
And that new one we saw, Blink Twice.
Stuart Little, Thelma and Louise.
Yes.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Speaking of, like, old, I thought it was cool and Wicked when they
cameos, right?
They did cameos. They paid homage to the OG Wicked ladies.
Elsa.
Indina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I know what you mean.
recognized her from Uncut Gems. Remember she was in that?
Oh yeah.
She was
She
like
was the
Adam
mom.
Sandler's wife or whatever.
Yeah, she's a
The
great
one that
actress.
she like hated. She like hated him.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was funny because like I would close my eyes sometimes, and I'd be like, "Does sound like Elsa?"
Yeah.
Like I was thinking of Elsa. But then I bet you people who saw the Wicked musical were like, "It's Elphaba."
Yeah, when they
It's
saw
the original
Frozen.
Elphaba. Yeah, but like, haven't seen that. But maybe someday I'll go to a Broadway show and see Wicked. That'd be cool. Now I want to see the Broadway show.
You think that like people aren't gonna see the Broadway show anymore? It's like empty.
We're the only two
Fuck,
ones.
everyone's just watching the
No,
movie
that's
at
a classic
home.
Broadway
Everyone's just
show.
watching it on their TV now.
But yeah, I thought the choreography was good. I liked I was also a little confused about Jonathan Bailey's character, like the prince.
Like what his purpose was, basically.
Yeah.
He was just.
He just kind of showed up, and I was like.
You want to know what his purpose was? It's the usual fucking thing in any TV show or movie. Now we need to throw a romantic plot in there. Fuck, I don't know. We're trying to figure this. We're trying to figure this out a little bit. Throw a romantic plot in there. Okay, that fills like 20% of it. Something that we gotta figure out. Now we only gotta figure out 80% or 40% or whatever the fuck we have left. But yeah, that's basically it. You know, and if you think about it, that's what it was. It was like 10-15% of the story, maybe 20 at most, like I said. And it's like, no, it's probably 15, but like, because there's a lot of moving pieces here, or a lot of things. But yeah, 15-20% of the movie. And he basically just to have a love triangle between the two leads, you know.
Yeah, Elphaba and Glinda.
And it doesn't really, there's not much comes of that in this one. But I think that's going to come more in the next one, because, like, it's almost like they had to make them best friends before they make it, like, tragic, you know?
Yeah.
So I think if they had jumped the gun on that, and that's probably why they split into 2 parts, too, you know?
Agreed.
So maybe that'll make that work a little better, but, yeah, I still think it's a little forced in, you know? Especially the whole, like, Prince thing or whatever. I'm just like, this almost seems like something out of, like, a Disney movie. Like, what the fuck?
Why did we need to add this?
Like, this seems like from Frozen or something.
I love him, though.
What if they have a twist and he's evil?
They have a what?
What if they have a twist and he's evil?
I like Jonathan Bailey, though. Big fan. Bridgerton.
Did you like him in this movie? Did you like his character? Or?
I like him.
Yeah. I mean, the character was
sorry,
just kinda...
he's some eye candy.
Yeah.
Even though he's flamboyantly in the LGBTQ community.
There's not much to like with the character. I mean, he's not like a total asshole, but then like...
No. He is sweet. Like, he doesn't play like anybody mean or like arrogant or anything like that. But
then, like, I guess the fact that he's kind of like juggling the two of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too bad in this one. Like, they don't...
He sticks, like, well...
It's more like insinuated, I think, with Elphaba. But, or, you know, it's the start of like them flirting, or basically like a spark between them or something, you know?
Yeah, like by the...
They're just trying to do that sort of thing.
Yeah. What did you think about, like, the whole, like, animal thing that they were...
I liked that. That was, like, the part I liked the most in this, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Because it kind of like, that was, like, the shit, like, I think that's what I was telling you, where I was, like, okay, at the beginning of this and the end, like, didn't hate it, but, like, I think those were kind of, like, my more kind of points with this.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle, like, it was kind of surprising me, like, where it was kind of, like, going and stuff like that. Like, I did not expect it to kind of, like, take on, like, or kind of be talking about so much, because it kind of reminded me of, like, what like, some good sci-fi does in a way, where, like, clearly all of this, you know, with the animals and even kind of with Elphaba was, like, a racial allegory, kind of, you know? So it was kind of cool where kind of like Twilight Zone or something like that almost, like when they do something kind of like that. It's like, okay, this is a cool way to like talk and make people think like, man, this is fucked up or this is wrong, you know? Like, but like that stuff actually makes people think, you know? And it's like that's what good stories should do.
Right.
And so like I really had to give respect to the movie like for like that chunk and everything, and fucking love Peter Dinklage, so he was
Glinda.
I think he was like one of my favorites in there too.
Every time you kept trying to say Glinda.
Yeah.
Glinda.
And I liked like his relationship with like Alphaba and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Me too.
So yeah, like I feel like, yeah, I really like that part. But then like I don't know what it was, but like I feel like she did a decent job. I mean, I think the character's just annoying, like Ariana Grande.
Yeah, I feel like she did a very good job of like bringing the character to life.
Because to me, I'm just like, I don't know. This is someone that, like, this is just the pet project to her or whatever, basically, you know? You know, like, even when they're best friends or whatever, like, they are, but, like, just the type of person she is, like, I just feel like she's still always kind of like a pet project to her. She feels like she knows better or, like, whatever, basically, sort of thing. And it's kind of like, I don't know. It just makes me side with her Alphaba more. Where like it's like fuck people like that, you know.
Well, like you said, since there's gonna be a part 2, like, you know, eventually they don't become friends anymore. So it's like, whose fault was that?
Like I said, like maybe this whole thing, like maybe it's just gonna spin it so like the Wicked Witch of the West was actually the hero the whole time. You rewatch Wizard of Oz, you're like, holy shit,
I get it now.
Dorothy was the villain the whole time. Wow. Dorothy killed. Wow. She killed her sister. Wow.
I'm just thinking about it now because I'm thinking about the very beginning when like Glinda was talking and she was like, cause of death, like splashed water by a child. Did you remember that?
In the
very
of Wicked,
beginning, yeah, in the
Wizard
very beginning
Oz?
of Wicked, when like Ariana Grande was narrating, and she was like,
yeah,
like, cause of death, like water being thrown.
That was one of those parts where like I said, like I think that beginning I did not like because I was just fucking confused, kind of. I think it was like how close we were sitting. I was like, the fuck is going on? And like it was just like narration or whatever, and I was like, I'm like, I'm too baked for this. Like, this is fucking. What the fuck is happening? Like, I'm sitting too close to the screen. Shit makes no sense.
Oh boy.
And then eventually, like, I started realizing, like, kind of what they were doing and where I was at and everything. I'm like, okay, this is like, I guess, taking place after the end of Wizard of Oz, like the start. And I didn't like that either, because like, it kind of like started with the very. Like with them doing that, doing like the very thing that like they kind of started doing towards the end of the movie that I didn't like either, which is like they just like fucking just, it's like they, like I said, like it's kind of like the romance thing. It's like they started running out of ideas and they're just like, well, what the fuck did we do? Like, well, it's like, well, just I don't know what. Look, well, rewatch The Wizard of Oz, Phil. Okay, rewatch Wizard of Oz. Okay, and then figure out what we can do for backstories. But sir, like, I don't know, like, what backstory, like, do you want backstories for the lion or whatever? I don't know, like, tell us the backstory of how we got her hat, or like how we got her cape, or, and like someone's just writing down all of this shit, like,
she got her hat,
cape, how she got green, like, how she got green skin, how she got like, and like the green skin and like some of the stuff is cool, like the green skin and like the creation of the monkeys and stuff like that, the flying monkeys, that was kind of cool and served the plot, I think. Some of this other shit, like, just felt so forced in, and I was just like, we do not need the backstory for her cape or her hat, or like, yeah, I don't know. And it just felt to me like they were like building out her outfit throughout the movie, basically, you know, because she already kind of had it like at the start, and then it's like you're just getting more and more add-ons to it, basically. I don't know. I was not a big fan of that. I was just like, she should have just like had that sort of look or something, you know, like she liked that style or something, and then people like maybe kind of like what's her face in Beetlejuice, but then people kind of like you know, they don't like that. They're like, why is she dressed weird and stuff?
Who, Ashford or
Yeah,
Lydia?
yeah,
Oh, Ash. Okay.
yeah,
The daughter.
yo,
Mm.
like where she kind of dresses weird or something. And people make fun of her for that, but
Mhm.
just kind of like they don't care, you know.
Yeah.
I think they should have done something like that, but to me
Right.
it was stupid. It was just like it got to a point where I was like, oh my god, it's like the fourth time you've explained a backstory for one of her things. So yeah, I mean it wasn't like terrible, but it was just, to me it was like, okay guys, like calm down with the references a little bit, and then they just like, no, we got another one.
Full steam ahead
like
with
popcorn.
the references.
It was like popcorn. They just kept like popping new references. So, yeah, I was not a big fan of that, but like, I'm usually fine with that sort of stuff, but to me it felt very heavy-handed kind of here in some ways. But but yeah, what did you think of the story otherwise? Like because I guess I kind of explained like that, like the middle and not really the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning was kind of eh.
Yeah.
I think I liked the middle towards the end
because
that's where
of that,
it started.
like the way it started to you?
Yeah, kind of, but also like was just, and I know like that's how movies are. They're not like gonna like, unless it's like a horror movie or like very like strong action. It's not gonna always start off like climactic. You know what I mean?
Well, to me, it felt stupid to start at the end of Wizard of Oz too, because it was like, this is a prequel, so like we have Ariana Grande and her, and it's because they're younger versions of the character now. But then it's supposed to be her after Wizard of Oz, so it almost confused me for a few minutes, where like I didn't know it was after Wizard of Oz, because I figured like the actress they had playing the character in the original Wizard of Oz looked much older.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, it was just kind of confusing me for a few minutes, but I was just like, they didn't even need to do this. Like, it was all just so like, basically like, one of the people could ask her like, did you used to be friends or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we didn't even need that. We did not need that. We could have just jumped right into the story.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, honestly, if they wanted to do that, it could have just been at like the end, and you wouldn't have been yeah, I don't know. Like, have it at the end, basically.
Right.
Because then it would lead kind of into like, or actually, I don't know. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Because I guess you'd still have to have the Wizard of Oz in between, but
right.
Yeah, I don't think it really served much. So yeah, I didn't like that with the beginning. But yeah, you liked the whole animal plot too.
Yeah. No, I liked the goat. I liked all the animals. I was trying to figure out like who the other actors were that were playing the animals in that beginning part.
Oh, like when they were in the room, like a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like the snow leopard and stuff like that.
Yeah, who's the snow leopard? I feel like I recognize the voice.
They had like 2 lines though.
I know.
Were they like big name actors?
I feel like I recognize the voice, but I don't know.
Huh.
I'm not gonna remember.
I can look it up on IMDb. I mean, I have the IMDb up. Peter Dinklage. I'm not seeing anyone. But yeah, this is directed by John M. Chu, who I guess like does not really have the best track record. I mean, you've seen more of his movies than I have, but I've heard some of these are major stinkers. He did Step Up 2, Step Up 3D, Justin Bieber Never Say Never, G.I. Joe Retaliation, Justin Bieber's Believe, Gem and the Holograms, Now You See Me Too, Crazy Rich Asians, which I think people actually said was pretty good, and then In the Heights. Did people like that too?
I liked that one.
So I guess
there's a lot of like.
So I guess he's improving as a director, but yeah, some of those.
I heard he couldn't make it to the red carpet of Wicked. Opening premiere.
Yeah, it's like everything after Gem and the Holograms has been pretty good, but everything with that and before that was pretty shit. But hey, it's always good when you can improve, you know. This has got a 7.7 on IMDb right now. I'd say I'm probably kind of a bit below that. I don't know where exactly I'd give it for a score. I'm probably still kind of figuring that out, but I'm probably like, yeah, a bit lower than that.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
a lot.
I'm
Not
probably
a lot,
like a
but
7.9. I haven't reached an 8,
yeah.
but I liked it. I liked the music.
I'm on the lower end, I would say.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
It was still a good movie.
Or maybe even like high 6 or something.
Mm.
But like, it's still pass for me. It's a pass. I think
Passing
people
score.
will like it. Wish it was a bit shorter.
Yeah.
But pacing
Other
wise,
downfall.
actually not terrible.
True.
But yeah, I think people will really like the performances here. Even though I wasn't a big fan of Ariana Grande's character, and
Mm-hmm.
she didn't do a bad job though, and I mean, people in the theater seemed to love her. They were pissing themselves laughing last night.
Anything she did, they were just like,
Yeah. I
like
was
hysterically
wow.
laughing. I was like, all right, guys, chill. She's funny, but like, it's not that funny.
I know.
But they were
Just
older.
the littlest thing. I was like, what the hell? I was like, is this like Will Ferrell or something? Like, what the fuck?
Oh boy.
I would have figured like Step Brothers was on or something. But it was just like her flipping her hair basically. It's like every time she did that, like people were like crying,
Losing
laughing.
their shit.
I was like, Jesus, guys, not every time, okay?
Dumb.
But yeah, I think people really like the performances here.
Mm.
And yeah, I think it was a pretty good movie to see in RPX or IMAX.
Yeah. Agreed.
Large screen format. I think it's definitely worth the money for people, or you can always find ways like we do.
Don't tell them. No more. Shh, shh, shh.
Shh. But all right, Pose. I think that about wraps it up for this one. I don't think we really have much more to say on this, do we?
No, it's a musical. If you like musicals, go see it. If you like Wicked, go see it. If you don't like
Planet
musicals,
of the Apes, go see it. They kind of got like a little Planet of the Apes section. The monkeys aren't as creepy now. They kind of made them look like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, true.
They might have got Andy Serkis in there.
But
I don't
if you
know.
like Wicked and musicals, go for it. If you don't, then I don't know.
Go see fucking Gladiator 2.
Or go see Red One. I don't know. I don't know what to
Go
tell
see Red One.
you.
Don't do that. Go see
Well.
Terrifier 3 or fucking
No. No thanks.
or Gladiator 2. That's what comes out this week with Wicked. I'm sure Wicked's gonna blow it out of the water box office wise.
Oh, I'm sure.
Ridley Scott's probably gonna be like, fuck. But
It's okay, Ridley.
it's okay, Ridley. You have so many. You created Alien and Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Exactly.
You can make Gladiator 2. People seem to be liking it. It's gonna flop though. Sorry.
We'll see. That'll be your next review, right?
Yep. Look out for our Gladiator 2 review. Maybe. Seems like anytime we promise a review, somehow like the gods make it so that we're gonna make everything in the path happen so that can't happen.
So
actually.
you get an opposite day. So we're not gonna do a review on the Gladiator. Okay.
So no Gladiator. Definitely not happening. Also, definitely not doing Moana 2 or any of these other movies coming out.
Fair.
Definitely not doing Craven. Definitely not doing Lord of the Rings, War of the Raw Harem or whatever the fuck it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing any of it.
That's okay. But
Wink.
Haha. But thanks for having me as a guest.
Yes, always a pleasure having you, Haylo.
I will be back soon.
I'll be back.
Maybe not cocooned, but maybe.
Yes.
We'll see.
I feel like as soon as you put down that mic, like you're just gonna you're just gonna cocoon into that blanket, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hello?" You're just gonna be gone.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
I'm gonna try to like open it up. It's gonna be like crusty and shit. I like can't
Ew.
get it open.
I don't know if it's gonna be crusty.
It's a cocoon.
Cocoons are crusty?
Yeah. And on that
Gross.
note, stay crusty.
Stay crusty pose.
Stay
Alright.
wicked.
Don't be a wicked witch. Be a good witch. Or be a wicked witch. Because she's supposed to be
Yeah,
good.
she be a wicked witch. Cause
Fuck them.
Glenda, bitch.
Alright.
Peace.
So.
See you on the next one.